The colors which we associate with anime might not be too obvious. At least I don't think of a single color that screams, "This is anime." So rather than figuring out which color anime is, let's first try and figure out which colors anime aren't. Beksinski's color palette to me is almost as far as possible from anime as you can get. Anime with a limited color palette exists, but they're by far the exception to the rule. Anime uses a wide array of bright and vibrant colors, which Beksinski doesn't. Beksinski uses grey, brown, orange and red at most. They're very earthly tones. The colors look realistic on a surface level, but quickly you realize the missing element, which makes real life seem so real. The azure of the sky and the green of nature, Beksinski's lack of these basic and very recognizable colors of our earth make it feel unnerving and as if something is amiss. They're not realistic colors because they do the opposite of real life. They take color away the same way in which anime generally enhances the color of real life. Anime's colors are definitely bright and extravagant. The sky is bluer than real life, nature is greener, and hair colors are, well, you know. The colors of anime are idealistic. They make us happy. It's what we wish real life would be like. That's our first conclusion. In movies, there is a certain realism derived from the color palette. This isn't accidental, it's in fact highly strived for. Movies have a keen sense of when the illusion of reality has to be upheld, or when it has to be shattered. Anime, of course, does this too. With movies, it's different from anime, however. Seeing real actors on a screen invokes a feeling of same-worldliness, while seeing animated characters invokes a feeling of otherworldliness. When you see a real human, you will assume biology, chemistry and physics, including the color spectrum, to be like it is in real life. You'll also expect the character to dress and look accordingly to real-life standards. Some stylistic exceptions exist, such as Kill Bill by Quentin Tarantino. Kiddo has an obvious analogous yellow and orange theme, making her stand out not only from the rest of the cast, but from everything, even reality in the movie itself. She can more easily be special now. Her abilities are now allowed to surpass the normal physical limitations. Not in itself, it would still look weird in a movie that tries to emulate reality, but the colors and the color palette, which are weird, do help the situation. So what am I trying to say? Well, things that look fantastical have the trait of easing our suspension of disbelief for fantastical events. Colors play a very important part in this. Because no matter how crazy anime can get, it never feels alien to me. The art, sound, story, characters and colors have eased us into it. This is our second conclusion. Technical limitations play into the colors of anime. Characters are often drawn in similar ways. The intricate details which make actors recognizable are not present in anime. Assigning a color scheme to a character makes them recognizable, and also works in a way to passively convey their personality. A monochromatic or analogous theme on a character enforces a distinction on them. These are their colors, and they are not without meaning. In anime, characters often fall into these color patterns. Dekim from Death Parade wears 2 shades of grey. There is no emotion present in his clothing. He's an arbiter, after all. This isn't unique to anime, but is definitely more common to the medium at least. Even a show can have its identity be linked to a color. Breaking Bad is a green color, while Akira evokes a red color and Jaws is blue. It's good branding, it's recognizable. Colors have psychological effects too. Blue is somber and calm, while red is a passionate color. These associations are mostly societally constructed, but these constructions are so strong that we can't help but associate these colors with their respective emotions. As such, color in itself can not only help tell a story, but in itself creates part of the story. Colors in anime are unique. Color has been present in art since its inception. Throughout history, the many greats and the many more forgotten have created the conventions which govern the use of color in art. Colors in anime break the conventions of color in cinema, but in the process have created their own conventions. That's why a show like Promare can still surprise us, because it not only breaks the color conventions of cinema, but also of anime. Colors aren't monochromatic or analogous, they are triadic, square or tetradic at best, and at worst there is no color palette. At times the colors are almost seemingly used at random. There is no rhyme in the colors, yet there is still poetry. These colors are accentuated by the extremely stylized art. The color scheme reminds us of silly characters in cartoons. The difference is that anime is meant to be taken seriously. There is a dissonance between visuals and content of the show. Cartoons which try to be mature generally employ a more conventional color palette. While avant-garde art exists, and has existed for a long time, I can't help but feel that anime breaks the conventions of colors the most convincingly. Also take a look at the Count of Monte Cristo. Anime can put digital patterns on characters, which make for surreal imagery. Here a character is made up of a multitude of different colors, all strung together in a digital pattern which has been edited into a 2D environment. A real film could not pull this off convincingly. This long-standing tradition of creative usage of colors in anime makes it so that anime is one of the best mediums to use color as a vessel for storytelling. This is our fourth conclusion. A famous Middle Eastern poet once proclaimed, "Let me, oh let me bathe my soul in colors. Let me swallow the sunset and drink the rainbow." Once the sunset and colors of the rainbow would be consumed, the world which would be left would be that of Beksinski. No more sunset and no more color, a bleak and somber canvas for all to behold. The world taken away would be that of anime, a canvas of color utilized to its fullest potential.